Welcome to the Grappling with Life podcast. I'm your host, Mohammed Yahyawi, and today I am joined by Klaus Johannes, the Black Viking. When I started this podcast, there were like 5 names I wanted to get on here, and Klaus has been one of them because his story is amazing. And so actually, I haven't spoken to you for a while, have I?
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been since the pandemic, right?
Since before the pandemic. Last I saw you when I was teaching a Legion.
That's correct. So Klaus, welcome.
Thank you.
First, I want to thank you for coming down. Did you walk it here, bro?
No, not today.
Took the bus.
Took the bus.
You'll understand why I asked him if you walked it, yeah? So Klaus, let's catch up in it. So what you've been, so last time I saw you, actually, how do we start this podcast? I'm just trying to think, bro, because so much has happened between now, in the last 2 years, right? Yeah. So Klaus heads a movement called the Black Vikings.
Yeah, Black Vikings London.
Black Vikings London, right. Yeah. So I've seen it kind of grow and shape, and I remember like when I first met you, you were doing something called the Sunday Sacrifice. Was it Sunday Sacrifice?
Yeah, Sunday Sacrifice.
So you were bare-chested in the park.
Yeah. And
I remember the one that you'd be... There was like all these weapons. I was just thinking to myself, if I had those weapons on me, bro, like I'd be arrested, bro. But how'd you get away from with having the axes and swords and stuff like that?
I mean, the axes that I have on my walls, I don't take them training outside. Okay. But when I go camping, or hiking, I put it in my bag, so I bring my knives. Axes.
So is it legal, bro?
No. Well, you can carry like 3 inches blade on your person. Obviously, bigger than that, it's not a carry weapon. But if I put it in my rucksack, and generally I don't have it out when I'm in the city. It's only when I'm out in the bush, then I bring it out and.
Yeah, you're fine.
The birds and the foxes ain't complaining. I think I'm
saying if you got caught, for example, if a policeman stopped you and searched you,
with those, you'll be confiscated.
Obviously, being a black man, that's very highly likely to happen.
And also 2 things that you can't do. You can't be carrying a knife while being black.
100%.
That's definitely
100%,
not allowed and frowned upon.
Exactly. So going back to the Sunday side, is that when it all first started, the Black Vikings?
No, I mean, to be honest, it started way before that. I mean, like I said, I always say that it started officially probably, I'd say about 2011, but it's changed names quite a lot.
Oh, what did you call it at first?
The first name it was me and my friend running it, and it was called Militia Fitness.
That sounds hardcore, bro.
Yeah, and it started, and I remember we started, what was it? Fitness First in Holloway Road.
Right.
So it started there, and then we kind of drifted apart, and then I don't know how I got to it. Changed names a couple of times, and then eventually it went to 4-Hole, the Black Viking.
Yeah, I remember that's when I kind of got wind of it. Yeah,
and then basically it was just a friend that was like, he goes, bro, like you got a German name, it sounds very Germanic. You're swinging hammers and axes in the cold with bare-chested. Were you like some Black Viking? And I was like, it was like an oxymoron, like I didn't expect Black and Viking together. So I researched it. And there was a guy called 4-Hole, the Black Viking. So I mean, I don't think it was black, but I think it was a dark complexion. But I liked the name. So I chose it. But I wasn't sure. And then when I chose it, and all the races started coming out, like, there were no Black Vikings. I was like, yep, sticking to the name now. So anything, if racism off, yes, that's the right name. So
because I'm not like Johannes is not the name Johannes, which is your second name. Like I've met a few Johanneses from your neck of the woods. Like, I know in Ethiopia, right?
Yeah, Ethiopia,
Eritrea. So do you know where that comes from, bro? Like,
I mean,
have you ever looked into it?
No, but I know that the Greeks were in Eritrea.
Okay.
Yeah, Ethiopia, Eritrea. And that's maybe where the Orthodox religion came from as well.
Okay.
But also Johannes, as much as it is Germanic, is also quite Greek as well.
Right.
So, a variation of it. I mean, also, for
what's the
example,
root now? What would be the English?
well,
equivalent?
Johannes is John.
John,
basically,
right?
Yeah.
Okay. Right,
I mean, the Johannes is actually my father's name, which becomes my surname.
Right,
You know?
right.
But I mean, if you
so
look
you're
at,
basically Klaus bin Johannes, bro, which means the son of Johannes, right?
basically, yeah.
Or what did the Norwegians do?
They
say,
do Ragnar's son, and then
Ragnar's
they put,
son, right?
they put son at the end of
and
it.
then there's like I remember this a CrossFit athlete called Hamish daughter.
Yeah, exactly. Yes,
Like that.
They put daughter,
Right?
and that's the daughter version.
Or like the Dutch say Van Nistelrooy, Van whatever, Van Basten.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
very interesting.
I mean, yeah.
And what's interesting to me is I'm not going to kind of where you're from is ancient.
Yes. Yeah.
That's what a lot of people don't get.
Yeah.
It's very like Ethiopia, Eritrea, that area.
Yeah.
It's a very ancient civilization, man.
I mean, that's where Lucy was found, you know?
Yeah, exactly, bro.
Lucy.
Exactly. And but also you're ethnically, I don't remember where I read this from. I could be wrong, but it's very diverse, but also like you can trace, like I was telling you about the language, because I'm very interested in languages, and how Ethiopian and is Eritrean and Ethiopian. It's not the language, is it? It's what's the language of Ethiopia? It's Aramaic, right?
In Ethiopia, it's Amharic.
Amharic, that's it. Sorry,
and Eritrea is Tigrinya.
Tigrinya.
But within Eritrea, you've got so many other languages as well. And Ethiopia has got like, I think it's about 50 odd languages as well.
Because when I saw the alphabet, it's very similar to Berber alphabet.
Yeah.
Like you got and also I saw Native American as well. Like was it Native American? I don't know, it just that area fascinates me, bruv.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it's very unique for African nation to have their own alphabet, because it's not as common as you think, you know.
Exactly.
I mean,
a lot of it was spoken, right?
Somalian doesn't have it.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of countries don't have it. So I mean, I'm always proud that we have it, even though I can't read it.
Can you speak it?
I can speak it enough.
Fluent?
Let's just say if somebody from the country heard me, they'd know that I was a fresh, like, this guy's not
immigrant.
He's just learned it, but he won't be able to cuss me. Right? I'll be able to handle it.
Right. Okay.
But I learned it. When did I learn it? When I started learning it when I was 13 years old.
30?
13.
13.
So literally, I was learning.
So before that, you didn't used to speak it at all?
No. And when at 13, I started learning Tigrinya, English, and to be honest, even Italian, because when I came, I didn't even speak Italian. I spoke Neapolitan. You know, like,
what's that?
It's a dialect. You know, like it's the equivalent of saying, you know, you don't speak English, you speak Cockney.
Right.
But it's like it's so
interesting, man. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna ask you another question, bro.
Go for it.
There's this one restaurant in Finsbury Park, on Black Horse Road.
Okay, I haven't been there in years though.
But like I said, I've always seen it. Zach, have you been in there?
What, the Blue Now or something?
I forgot it's like an Eritrean restaurant.
Oh wait,
do you know the Blue Now?
Yeah.
In Finsbury Park? There are your people there, bro.
Yeah.
But
haven't been there in
and
ages.
I've never had. I've heard about these pancakes you guys make.
It's
not pancakes. It's injera. I don't know where it's called. It's like a pancake.
Where you eat. Injera. So
it's sour.
Don't think it's. Don't expect pancakes.
Okay, all right. What is it?
Because you'll be disappointed, bro. It's not sweet at all.
So what is it?
It's like, I don't know what it is. Like, my mom makes it from teff.
What's that?
Teff is a flour. It's like now.
Is it that?
Yeah, basically. So you use that, the pancake bit, to grasp the food and eat that like that.
So it's a pancake, bro.
It looks like pancake.
It looks like, bro. It looks like bagherir, bro. Put bagherir down, bro.
But if you look at teff,
we have Algerian things similar, but we have Algerian bagherir.
It's like in the absence of cutlery, basically.
We have these things.
That looks sweet.
It's neither sweet nor salty, but you have it with honey, like not honey, but what would you call that, bro?
It looks very pancakey.
It's a pancake, bro.
It's a pancake.
But your one's not a pancake.
No.
What's the constitution of it? Is it?
It's flour, man. You should
How
have said. I'd have brought my mum on the show.
Yeah, but your mum needs to come on the show, bro.
We'll have to book her in, man.
Yeah, we'll definitely book her in, bro. But so you'd have that with what? What would you have it with?
Oh, like I mean,
what's that black stuff there, bro?
That's spinach or something.
No, that's spinach. Yeah.
Zach's
Hamli
on this
probably.
Eritrean culture thing, bro.
But like, I mean, a lot of
What's that
the
red
food,
stuff there, bro?
That's berbere.
What's that?
It's like spicy, but it's like they make it with chicken. Bro, it's like, it's delicious.
I heard Eritrean
chicken,
food is
egg.
banging, bro.
Bro, you would love it. Like, if you like spicy foods, it's amazing.
Bro, is that
tomato, bro?
Yeah.
was that avocado or something?
No. That would be like probably
Lettuce or something.
lettuce, yeah. Maybe some broccoli there or something. That's chickpeas, I think.
See, that looks like a pancake to me, bro.
No. Yeah.
I don't know why you're trying to pass it off. That's not a
No,
pancake.
trust me. But they use teff flour. It's like now teff is being used by all these white people because it's like they see it like it's some superfood,
Yeah.
But it's a super plant,
Right,
like very healthy. For
So
you.
teff is the plant.
Teff, yeah.
How do you spell it?
I think they spell it TEFF. So put that in, Zach.
Put
see
it
if
in, bro.
you-
Teff, yeah?
Yeah, teff flour.
Just type in teff flour. I want to see the. Okay.
Yeah. It's like it's considered a superfood. So like they sell it everywhere now because once
Put
white
the
people
extra-
like it.
Yeah, that's it. It's all good. Yeah.
that's it.
It's like that whole thing about to everyone listening. Excuse me for the for you about to hear. Squatting to go toilet.
Yeah.
Like, they used to laugh at us, bro.
Yeah, no, but it's actually a very good way.
It's good.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
But now have you seen they've got like the
Squatty potty.
yeah.
That thing where you sit on and you,
So that's what I mean.
yeah.
Years ago they used to call savages for doing it. Now-
Exactly, bro. It's crazy, isn't it, bro? Which leads me on to Black Vikings again. Yeah?
Yes.
Because what you're doing is you're kind of bringing back. Because I believe as a man, as a man, you should be able to fight.
Yeah.
You should be strong.
Yeah.
You should be strong physically and mentally, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like obviously with technology and like the modern life, we've lost that. So when I saw you doing those Sunday sacrifices, like I was like, I see what he's doing, man. He's trying to so talk to me about that first day when you thought, you know what, I'm gonna do this every Sunday. What was the thought behind it?
Like, to be honest, all right, everything, like I said, I was running Black Vikings for years.
Yeah.
But I would say really, like most things in life, it didn't become serious until a crisis happened,
Right.
Something that, because, something has to force you to change, or to try to change, like when you're comfortable, you're not going to do it for no reason. So, so basically I got run over, lost my job, lost my woman.
1 second. Whoa.
Yeah.
So talk to me about you getting run over, bro.
Yeah.
So was it on purpose or?
No, basically I was on Holloway Road, riding a bike.
That's your first mistake, bro.
Yeah.
What are you doing on Holloway Road, bro?
Yeah. Well, I was working there.
Whereabouts on Holloway Road?
Fitness First. It's not there. I think it's a pound shop.
The
now.
one
Poundland or something.
opposite.
It was Fitness First Holloway.
Wait.
Like,
Okay.
it hasn't been there in years.
Okay. Go
It's
ahead.
the pound shop now.
Yeah, Poundland now.
Whereabouts is it then?
It's on Holloway Road.
Yeah. Basically, you have to
Next to
turn
that
off.
calf that we always eat in. That we used to eat in.
Which calf?
That calf, man. That Algerian calf, man. In
Yeah,
Holloway Road.
yes.
Oh,
I used to eat
the one in the
there.
corner.
Yeah, I used to have the escalope in
Oh,
there,
right. I know that.
Yeah,
I know
the building
that.
next to it. That used to be.
That's the one-way road.
Yeah, there's one
Yeah.
road
It's
there.
the one-way road,
Yes,
bro.
all the way up to.
There's Algerian butcher shop right
Yes,
across the road.
exactly, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So anyway, I was working there.
Was the Algerian the one who got run over?
I don't know.
He probably was,
never
bro.
pulled over.
Oh, you never pulled
stopped,
over?
no.
Definitely Algerian.
I mean, basically, what happened is I was riding down, and to my amazement, to be honest, I was riding on a pedal bike. I hit nothing but green all the way down. Green lights, bro. I was picking up so much speed. I didn't even have a top on, but it's unheard of. So I was like, "What? How is it possible?" So I was picking up more speed, and this bike had been giving me issues anyway. But like an idiot, I thought like, let's just get home quick. And as I'm riding, and it just something like the chain just got stuck.
Oh.
As I got the hybrid, and literally just went like that, and I was like, shh. And I remember thinking, as I was hurtling through the air over the handlebars, this could be really bad, and literally.
So no top
forward.
on.
Yeah,
Was it
forward.
What?
It was a sunny day. It was summer.
Oh, it was summer. Yeah,
Yeah, it was summer.
Okay.
But there's people everywhere, so I'm flying over the handlebars, thinking, shit. And literally, as I land, I remember I landed with my leg straight, my right leg. That's when my hip got messed
What do you
up
mean?
because
So
basically
you
my
stuck
leg.
the landing like.
No, like I can't explain. I'll have to show
So-
you. But imagine one leg is back and bent back, and this one hits the ground and it's straight.
Ooh,
So the knee, luckily, didn't like that could have gone,
but
it went straight into my hip.
Oh,
And then literally, I turned over like that, and the car that was behind me went over the bike and then went over my leg. And then
Whoa.
literally, yeah, but it was so quick.
what car was it?
I don't remember, man. I remember it's blue. That's it. And then literally, I
It was
on the
blue,
floor.
then I saw black.
Yeah. I was on the floor, and then
Do you remember the
literally-
pain? What was the
To be honest,
pain like?
It wasn't like I was just trying to explain it. I didn't feel pain. All I felt, I was shocked. I was in shock, and I remember I got up, and the first thing I did, I was puking, and I was just like, I was just wandering
I don't
in
mean
the
to laugh,
street.
bro, but it's
Bro,
mad,
and
bro.
this woman picked me up, and she was like, "Come over." She's like, "You're right, you're right." And I was like, I was just looking in a daze, and then I picked up my bike, and it's completely bent up shape, and I remember I
Did
went
you
on the
break anything,
sidewalk. No, I don't think so. I mean, if I did, maybe a hairline fracture, but I never went to the hospital. And then what I did from there, from literally Highbury, I got up on the bike and I just started walking as these people are following me, talking to me. And I just started walked all the way home, back home, got in, and literally my girlfriend opened the door and she just saw my face. She was like, "What happened to you?" And I was just literally, I left the bike at the front gate and I just went into the bedroom. And I just slept for like 13 hours. Yeah. And then literally...
That's where it started.
But I had no issues really for what... I'd say probably about a month. And then little pains started. But them days I used to wrestle, you know?
Yeah, I remember.
And basically I think what happened is because of the wrestling and the training that I kept doing, like my body kind of twisted and turned and found... and found a very dysfunctional way of functioning, you know? And so I kept training, but I kept getting pains here, pains there.
So was this before Black Vikings, yeah?
It started, Black Vikings had started,
Right.
but it wasn't really serious yet. And then because I once I lost my gut, because basically I started getting depressed after that, because obviously I was getting weak. There was a list of exercises that kept growing of stuff that I couldn't do. So I couldn't push overhead anymore. I couldn't pull up. I couldn't squat. Walking hurt. Standing hurt.
And how old were you at the time?
Oh,
This
would have been
don't
2000.
give up your age, bro.
yeah.
Because I still don't know how old you're, bro.
Oh, I'm 43 now.
43,
Yeah.
mashallah, bro.
So I don't know. I would have been in
I
my
think, you know what? Do you have this concept in your
early
country
30s probably.
called evil eye, bro? Does your mom talk about it? Yeah.
No, but
She don't-
I've said, you know who used to? My ex girlfriend.
Yeah, I
Her
think-
mum's Somalian, isn't it?
I
So
was
they
saying-
talk.
I think you gave yourself evil eye, or someone was
Yeah.
like, look at that hedge black guy on the bike, bro. And then boom. But so that was the build up. So the injury, because
Yeah.
obviously off air I spoke to you about my injury, and
Yeah.
I remember you saying, we'll talk about like, the whole crucifixion stuff and the injury after that.
Yeah.
But something happens to you when you get injured, man. Like
Yeah.
mentally,
Yeah.
it changes you, man. And like you start to see the world a little bit different. It could be any. I mean, especially if you've broken something or you
But the problem,
especially as a man. I don't know about women, but
Yeah.
as a man,
Yeah.
like you're kind of defined by your physical strength, right?
But that's what I mean. I mean, you know, for me, from my perspective, I started training when I was like, I remember I was 15, yeah?
Yeah.
And I got beat up at school, and I was like, sorry the language, but
Can't swear,
bun
but
this.
yeah,
I was like, bun this ain't happening again. And like
Why
an
did they beat you up?
And like an idiot, well, I'm going to get weights. How's that going to make me better at fighting? But you know what I mean? You're young.
You just want to be strong.
You
innit?
just think,
Yeah,
you know,
just know,
you know, if I do this, it will stop me getting
Yeah,
punched.
yeah.
Well, you're just
What
going to end
school
up
did you go
looking...
to, bro?
And it's in Green.
Right, man, what is it in Green? The one near
I don't think it's there no more. Is it still there?
Yeah, I think it's an
still-
academy
It's
now.
an academy now.
Yeah.
Where's Islington Green again? Is it
Bro, it's like
is
literally
it
on...
near Finsbury Park? No, near the bottom of Holloway Road, that roundabout.
Essex Road. Around Essex Road.
Oh, yes.
yeah.
I know where it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So did you start from year 7
no,
'Cause you said you
I
came-
came here age of 13.
from Italy?
Yeah.
Are you looking at early 90s, right?
Yeah, 1990 after the World Cup.
1990.
Yeah.
That's
You know?
interesting, man.
And so like so obviously I started training from early years.
So when you say training, you just
I said, Bob,
did
I
you
got
read
the
books or
Argos
anything?
set. I got the Argos
The York sets.
Yeah,
With
and
the
then I remember,
gold.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I used to, I used to like Bruce Lee.
Yeah,
so I used to like, and he had the training book, that he had.
The Tower of
it's like
Jeet Kune Do or something.
No,
Is it
no,
that
it's
one?
like a body build. I don't know. It's like, but he talked about exercises that he done.
Right.
So I would look at it, obviously I'd try and replicate stuff, but
So what kind of
looking
stuff?
back, I don't think I
what
even
kind of
did
stuff
enough legs.
was in that book?
I was mostly like, push-ups, pull-ups, barbell curls, but like very bodybuilding type,
Bruce
type
Lee?
of exercises. No, I had that book, and I also had some old bodybuilding books.
Right.
So between them, I was like trying to figure out what to do, and basically, I did that. And so obviously, that's one habit that I've kept throughout my life, training.
Yeah.
And so for a long time, I was always known, because remember, in my community, the Eritrean community, it's quite rare to find an Eritrean man who's in shape,
Right.
So I was always unique in that sense. So I built a lot of my pride was focused on that.
Right.
I was very shallow in that sense. And so pride was in the fact that I was strong, I was in good shape, I was healthy, I was this, I was that. And so, and I was good looking. I had this goal. And so imagine all of a sudden, all this is taken away from you. And you've defined yourself by these things. So now, you could see how somebody would go into a depression. So what happened is, in this depression, I realized it lasted a while, but I had to figure out a way, how am I going to reinvent myself? I can't be Klaus, that guy that's got that girl who's built muscles like this. I'm going to have to, be the weak Klaus, but then rebuild myself. But I can't put all my ego can't be, I can't feed my ego in that sense,
So what's changed though? Because what you're doing now, it's still around physicality, bro.
Well, some physicality, but
okay. So what is it based around? What's the kind of philosophy around it?
It's the fact that I've always thought is that, I've always complained in the past. I always used to complain about hardship and so on, things that I had to endure. And like now, really, the realization is that, you need struggle, and if you don't have it in your life, I feel bad for you, because you need struggle, and you should fabricate one. If you don't have struggle, you need to make one up, because it forces you to grow. It forces you to do things. I mean, at the moment in time, I run 50 miles every week. I do my running at 4 a.m. Okay, 4 a.m. Wearing nothing but shorts. I don't wear a top. And bro, it's cold now.
You wear shoes?
So I wear shoes. But
because you said last time. I remember at DJ you said you shouldn't train with. But then you wouldn't last, innit?
On concrete.
You wouldn't last, bro.
But so it's so the whole idea is, it's the battle with your mind, and obviously I want to fight, which before I have to fight my opponent, I have to fight myself, and this is all the preparation now. When I step into that ring, that fight should already be won, because I would have won it all during all my habits that I do. So and literally took a long while for me to get to where I am right now. I mean, I don't think you knew me properly when I was in those dark bits of my past. But I look back, I always refer to that side of myself as a worm, because not for anything bad, but almost like I had to change into something else, and it took a long time. I was in a depression for, a good couple of years.
Have you got siblings?
I've got 2 sisters.
So are you the eldest or the youngest?
I'm the eldest.
You're the eldest.
Yeah.
So because everyone's got like their origin story, innit? Why they are.
Yeah.
So would you say what was school like going to Islington? I mean, especially in the UK. I know we spoke last time. We said there was a lot, obviously, in the 90s, a lot of racism. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean,
a lot of all that, but I don't want to focus on that stuff. But obviously, everyone goes through whatever. We went to school. We went through madness. But I'm like, in your adult life. So when you left school and did you ever work because I know at the moment you want to get into you're in security at the moment, and what I like about you is you work to live, not live to work. So you've got your passion, which is what you're doing, and whatever you can do to kind of promote that instead of the other way around, which is work is the main thing and everything else supports that.
I mean,
right?
you know, like before I went into hospital, I was actually working as fitness first, at Virgin Active as a cleaner, you know? So like, and like, you know, some people like were like, but bro, you used to be a PT. Don't you find it like shameful? I'm like, why? Why am I going to find it shameful? Were
you ever at a point,
yeah,
like as a young man, for example, you left school, you know, everyone goes for uni and because that's one bit that I don't know about you. Like, you know, like you leave school I don't know, did you go to college or university?
I went college, uni.
What did you do at uni?
I studied languages.
Interesting. Okay, so you finished uni?
Yeah.
Where did you study languages?
It was at Anglia Polytechnic.
Okay, cool.
In Cambridge.
Right, and then you left school. You left uni. What happened after that, bro?
Well, basically, the idea was, you know, like.
And how long after that did you get run over?
Yeah.
So between that and you
I came out. I finished uni in 2001.
Right.
And the idea, I mean, I say the idea. It wasn't my idea.
Right.
But the idea was that you know, I'm going to get myself a job that pays well. So I said translating.
Okay.
You know? And the reason I said that is because my teacher at school had told me, you know.
So what languages can you speak?
Well, English, Spanish at the time, French at the time, Italian, now English and so on, and Tigrinya to a certain level. Right. But so the idea was to do that. But the thing is, if I look back now, it was never my idea. And the thing is, I've never been too fast. I don't need a lot, you know, like I don't need a lot. And the idea of working like that many hours, it never really, like, I can't explain it, but I don't have passion for that, you know, like,
but who does, bro, man?
Well, some people do, believe it or not, because some people really do. I mean, either that or they're afraid. I
think what it is, bro, like maybe you've removed that. Oh, you know, I need to buy a house. I need to buy a car. You know, when you remove all of that stuff, and what's the point of working hard?
But that's the thing.
I mean, if you remove all the possessions, like we were talking about this before, right? Your possessions end up owning you.
Well, that's exactly. I mean, the thing is, I always said, you know, like people that say, "Oh, I have this, I own this, I own that." But the only way you really know if you own anything, stop going to work. Stop going to work and tell me if it's still yours.
That's
if
true.
you don't, then you don't own it. You know. And so, like me personally,
but what's ownership as well?
Well, that's the thing. Ownership is a stupid idea. I mean,
like I give you an example, land. Someone can come take your land. Like for example, you own a piece of land, and the government wants to build an airport. They can take your land. They can actually have a juncture where, and I think we were talking about this last time, but the Queen actually owns the land, and you just lease it from them. So what's ownership then? Like your house, you buy a mortgage, do you actually own the house?
But the thing is, what I don't understand is, why do you need to own it?
This is it.
And I mean, me personally, like, I look at it in terms of what I want to achieve. And I've set myself, I don't think people understand the seriousness of when I said it, or when I planned it. But the 7 sagas, you know, and this is supposed to be a lifelong something. It was supposed to be almost like a rudder. You know, if my life is a ship, and the 7 sagas were meant to be a rudder for that ship, you know, to just steer me towards a course. Now, in order for me to pursue that kind of life, and, you know, some of the sagas, following the sagas and trying to complete them. I mean, some sagas require me to live in the woods for like 3 months, you know? So obviously, in order for me to be able to do that, there has to be a sacrifice in place, in the sense that I can't have that kind of pursuit and then, I want to go on holiday to Marbella or go and eat at this restaurant, or no. So I've made decisions within myself. I don't go on holidays. You know, I don't eat out at restaurants. You know, I don't eat for taste. You know, I eat literally for substance. So I keep my expenditures down. I don't buy things that I don't generally need. And so, by doing all this stuff, it allows me time. And for me, I've always said the most precious commodity is time. It is the one thing that, like once you cannot buy it, not with money, you can't bribe yourself an extra minute, you can't beg for it, you literally, it's the only thing that has real value. And yet we give it away. People really give away their time for money. That's like, and then you have this money and then you spend this money trying to desperately to get more time to do things. I was like, do you see the fallacy in this? I mean, the only thing that really matters, and I think everybody has to examine their own life and determine what they really need. Me personally, it's time.
100%. Like, have you read the book, The Moneyless Man?
No.
Oh, but you would love this book.
Oh, yeah. You
Have
told
you
me
read
about that. Yeah, where you just swap stuff.
No. Maybe.
When it goes to this guy, he goes, I'll give you a screw, and he gives him this.
No, that's something else. That's that guy, the red paperclip guy.
And he ended up getting a house or something.
Getting a house.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
No, that's not. It was, I think he's a journalist, and what he said was, for a whole year, I'm gonna live. I'm gonna live without money.
Yeah.
So
beautiful.
Nothing. Yeah. So I'm not even allowed to pay for something.
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to borrow money from someone. I'm not allowed to. There was a set of rules in the book they had to follow, and so what he did was, before he started, he spoke to a farmer. He bought a caravan.
Yeah.
Because he had to live somewhere in it, bro.
Of course.
Yeah. So he bought a caravan, but he didn't want to pay rent. Yeah. So what he spoke to the farmer. He said, "Look, can I live on your farm, and I will do like daily chores. Yeah. So my labor would allow me to live on your thing, innit? So like, and he had a bike. He cycled everywhere. But remember, if his bike breaks down, he can't buy parts for it. He's got to find parts or do something. Does that make sense? It was so interesting. And there was one chapter that is seared into my mind. It was winter, and he had a mouse in his caravan, eating up all his stuff. And he was like, imagine this mouse has basically derailed. And life just happened to him, bro. He goes like, I'll give you an example. To make bread, he can't go to the shop to make bread, to buy bread. Right? Think about bread, like if we lived in the forest, how would you even make bread? Where would you get the flour from? How would you get flour? You'd have to go get wheat. I don't know what the process is, bro, but it's a long process just to make a loaf of bread. He was just talking about it because I wanted bread so bad, because he didn't eat bread for such a long time. So he's like, he went, he managed to get some flour somehow, but it had to be refined. He had to refine it himself, and then but it ended up like he was crying, bro. He goes, he was in his van crying because he couldn't eat bread. Things like, for example, his clothes ripped, and you had to actually fix his clothes. You know, things like this. So when you look, when everything gets stripped down, but he said it was the most free he's ever felt. Because no one owns you.
Exactly.
Like, you know, when someone gives you money for their time, like I run a business, and a lot of the times I tell my customer, you're not paying me for my time, you're paying me for my knowledge. Does that make sense? You can't pay me for my time. There's no amount of money that can, because time, it's something that is finite. You only have a certain amount of days in your life, right? Exactly. So like, I want to choose where I spend that time. I want to spend it with my family. I want to spend it with, people who I want to spend it with, right? So every time I think about, when I was doing research before this podcast, it kind of came to a bit of an awakening, and I got rid of a lot of stuff because when I started my business, I was before I started my business, I was in a job, like a standard. It was a decent paying salary, and I was worried. I was worried to leave the job and fully commit to my business, And then I kind of sat down and I thought, like, why? Why am I so scared to kind of leave? Then I was like, right, if I can't pay rent. So I'm not going to have a house. I'm not going to be able to eat. I'm not, my car, I'm not going to be able to kind of keep it right. All these things, So I came to the decision that I have to get rid of a lot of stuff because the less stuff I have, the less pressure is going to be on me But the dividends is going to pay back later on. Only now, this is 2016. It's only now I'm starting to reap the rewards a little bit of the sacrifice. That's the thing about sacrifice.
Yeah.
You don't reap the rewards straight away.
No. When you say sacrifice, really, all you're talking about is delaying
gratification. Yeah,
so
100%.
it's you're not looking for gratification now, but it's what it could be later.
So to you, what does sacrifice mean to you, bro?
I mean, for me, really, it's, predominantly I should say that, so the sagas were meant to give me meaning and to give me, something to overcome.
Yeah.
And then in terms of the sacrifice, it's, it's the completion of the sagas. So it's everything I must give up or do without in order to complete these things. And remember, my rewards or rewards in general don't always have to be monetary.
Yeah, of course,
it could be, I mean, the rewards I'm looking for are not earthly rewards. They're not rewards in terms of money and stuff, but rewards in terms of what I am, how I feel about myself in terms of
peace of mind.
Also, if I could tell you the man I was to the man I am, now. And I mean, it's a transformation that only I could tell you, because nobody has known me that deeply, but and so I can only imagine what more how more I can change, but and all of that can only come by sacrificing and delaying gratification. So I mean, like, for example, I train now like 5-6 days a week boxing, then I lift weights 3 times a week, then I go running 3 times a week in the cold at 4 a.m. And
so how do you pay for this?
I sacrifice, and that's what I mean. I eat generally 1 meal a day. Now that I'm boxing, sometimes 1.5 meals, unless I.
When I saw you today, I was like, "What the hell happened to you, bro?" I mean, you look good. Literally, you look good, mashallah, bro.
But the thing is,
you don't need much to live on as well. That's another thing.
No, I mean, also, like when I say I eat for taste, like literally, I mean, like what did I have? Literally, the kind of mackerels. Like, I think they're like 75.
That's the fish thing,
bro.
Yeah, and then some rice. I got 2 of those, some rice, put that in, couple of bananas, less than a fiver, the whole thing. And I'm full. Tonight I might go to my friend's house. Yeah, tonight I might go to my friend's house, but I don't like mackerel. I hate it.
Mackerel's ugly.
Yeah, it's a horrible tasting.
Is that the hairy fish, fam?
I don't know, but it's just disgusting.
No, that's anchovies. Yeah,
sorry. I don't mind anchovies actually, but like mackerel, I don't. But it's cheap. And for now it's a sacrifice. It feeds me, it keeps me moving. And if I go and see my friend tonight, I'll probably eat a roast dinner. But if not, that's it. So generally, I say sacrifices in terms of, where I train at Fight Factory at the moment, London Fight Factory. It's not cheap.
Yeah.
So in order for me to do that, I've had to cut money in all other aspects of things. So I don't eat a lot. I spend very little money, and in the house I have electricity, but I switch it off at the mains, and I'll only put it on when I actually need to see something,
That's
Otherwise,
sick, bro.
Yeah. Well, I have
That's
to,
interesting, man. Yeah.
I wash in cold water, so I don't,
So you never use hot water?
No, only if I go to my mum's or something. Every now and then I'll have a warm bath. Generally, if I've had like a very hard, grueling day, then I reward myself with like a hot bath in the evening. But yeah, so it all comes daily sacrifices, and sometimes I can't get the public transport. I can't get public transport, so I have to walk. Like when I started boxing, a friend of mine, he lives in Peckham, and he was like, "Look, I can give you free boxing training, but you got to get to Peckham." And I had no money for travel, so I walked to Peckham, 10 miles. Took me 3.5 hours walking. And then I got there, and then I had to box, and then I had to come back. But that's what I mean, sacrifices. So it's how bad do you want it? Do you really want it?
How often do you change your tires, bro?
Huh?
How often do you change your tires?
My feet?
Yeah, bro.
My feet are a mess.
Is it?
I'm saving up to get a pedicure, to be honest.
Serious?
Bro, my feet are.
They're gonna need like they're gonna
Got a lawnmower, bro.
pneumatic drill.
Bro, when I see this woman, the first thing I'm gonna do is tenderly hug her and apologize.
Sorry,
I'm gonna apologize in advance.
Have you had one before?
Never. But the thing
I've
is,
never
bro,
had a pedicure,
my
bro.
feet, like they weren't bad.
Yeah.
You know what killed them?
Yeah, guys.
Walking from here to Dartmoor National Park. So that's 200 miles in 14 days.
Okay, I'm gonna stop there for 1 second. Yeah,
Yeah.
we can look at it. Right. This is what I want. This is what I thought. This is the kind of meat of this podcast. Yeah.
Okay.
Because you got the Black Viking stuff. Listen, if you want to know more, because he's done so many podcasts in the past few weeks or a few months talking about Black Vikings.
Yeah.
I think you're fatigued a little bit. Yeah.
Yes.
So let's talk about. So if you want, I'm gonna leave some links in the description.
Yeah.
For them to go and actually,
Go.
because I don't want to just keep regurgitating
Yeah,
stuff. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Make it fresh a little bit, yeah? So if you want, and we're working on your website hopefully soon,
Yeah.
and then you can go and get his merch on the website and stuff. So we will be posting it soon once this is all done,
Cool.
yeah? So, but let's talk a bit, the crucifixion,
Yeah.
quickly, because again, you can go on, I'm going to put a link to it, you'll describe it fully, but I want to talk more about the injury.
Okay.
And how you come across, and then your next phase, because you went
Okay.
on these next sagas as well, which I don't know about.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Alright.
so I'm just gonna quickly describe it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go.
So Klaus, I think a couple of years ago, was it your first saga, right?
It was the first saga, but it was the third attempt.
Third attempt, right?
Every saga's got 3
Yeah.
attempts.
So I remember he actually spoke to me. we spoke about it. He said, "Listen, I think at the time we were refurbing Legion, and we had this GoFundMe page.
Yeah.
We were trying to kind of like get some, kind of offset some funds and trying to get some money to kind of refurbish the gym. And I said, listen, I've got an idea. I'm going to walk from, where was it from?
It was basically 7.2 miles. So it was like from Old Street down Embankment to Big Ben, Trafalgar Square, Tottenham Court Road, and then all the way down to Old Street again.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're going to just see a little bit of it now, but while he's loading it up. So yeah, the idea was to walk 70.2 miles.
Yeah.
And I remember the one you did with the sandbag.
Yeah.
The 40 kilo and the 60 kilo sandbag, which is
walking the
which
park,
is nuts, bruv. Yeah.
But
But
60 kilos, you feel your fingers.
yeah,
bro.
exactly, bruv. It's 60 kilos is like a grown man, like a malnourished human being, man. Yeah.
Or a well-fed child.
A well-fed child, exactly. One of the two. So you had it over your, but I remember you did
The
that.
sandbag, basically, bro, with a sandbag, you hold it. You don't have a specific, especially with that kind of distance.
Yeah.
Here,
you
know,
can,
like,
but you've got variety of how you hold it, right?
Yeah.
So I thought, right, Klaus, what are you doing, bro?
Yeah.
You're nuts. But he's like, you know what? And I get it now why you're doing it. And we spoke about it, and I kind of got it. And then you're like, listen, I'm gonna put a railway sleeper across my shoulders, and I just couldn't figure it. Like, I don't even know what a railway sleeper was, bro.
Yeah.
But it's what's the rails? It's like
Basically just a
right
big
there.
lump of wood.
Oh, you've got it up, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So pull it up, Zach. So this is
The
Klaus
sacrifices
walking
we
through.
have made. Security is an
Easy,
illusion.
bro.
Like Vikings, it's not
Don't
a
play the
brand,
whole
not
thing
an
though,
effort
bro.
of
Because you might
training.
get,
It is a way of life.
do a copyright thing.
The world will deny you many things.
But this is
Nobody
kind
will
of like, I'm gonna
ever
leave all
deny
these
you
links
stroke.
in the podcast.
That
Easy
happened
Rep Legion there, bro.
1.5 hours in.
Oh yeah,
Pause it, bro. So he walked through 7.5 hours. Again, I'm gonna leave the link in the description. You can go watch it in your own time. And then I remember I was with Amir when I think we was chatting to you on the phone, and he said, "Look, man, like, what was the injury that you got? You got like it was like
So basically, it's two discs pushed into my spinal cord.
because of the way the railway
Yeah,
sleeper
basically,
was.
it's basically my hands are high,
Yeah.
so my neck is being pushed forward.
Okay, like this.
Yeah, but the problem is every time I was picking it up, almost
And
like
slamming
like
it.
a Steinberg lift. So from here, pulling it down, and so it's like, and obviously I didn't feel it, but I think it was when I got to like Embankment, and then my arms went numb.
So right now, if you used to, how far can you? So it's you're. I mean,
a
when
lot
I
better.
saw you last time,
Bruv,
you were like this, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I lost so much muscle like in this. This arm's the worst one. This one is like basically almost back to normal, really.
Yeah.
Even the sensation, I can feel everything. But this one's still like, even the movement and the feel of it doesn't feel...
Okay, so basically what happened, we got a phone call, he said, I'm in hospital.
Yeah.
So me and Amir came down to see you. I wasn't expecting to see you in a hospital. I don't know what I was expecting, bro. Yeah. And bro, you couldn't even move your arm, bro.
Yeah.
And then, so it was all about now, what I liked, because you were just, the determination in your face, bro. But was there at any point, be honest, Klaus, after, when you got that injury, was there any point you think, why did I do this, bro?
To be honest, no, I'm not gonna say I wasn't worried. Like there were times at night, mainly when everyone left, and I, you know, when you're on your own in your bed, and I'll be thinking like, am I gonna actually come back from this? Like, am I gonna move? Because I was watching day to day, and nothing was improving, you know. And so I'm like, am I actually? So I started worrying and panicking. But I would say I never regretted it.
Right. And
the reason I don't regret it is because I always thought that, you know, with regret, it only works if you're able to regret as an old man looking back on your life. You know what I mean? I can't regret anything because I haven't seen it in its full entirety.
Right, I see what
I've only seen this bit.
But
I don't know where that
now,
can leave me, you know?
Looking back now.
I have no regrets, none whatsoever. Even now with the hurdle that I have to fight to do this. But I mean, I would argue that weakness has become my strength now because I'm weaker than most people, or I perceive myself in that sense physically. I work harder than anyone, you know. And I mean, I'm boxing with kids that are younger than me. You know, I go home, I've got a boxing bag in my place now, a double-end speed bag, and I'm working there.
Your neighbors must love you, fam.
Oh yeah.
Do they ever complain, bro?
The one beneath me used to, but
she's given up on you.
I'm not gonna lie, I sent in an anonymous.
Is it? But they know everyone knows.
Just so you guys know, Klaus lives. Zach lives in the same.
Yeah.
And Klaus is a cheeky one as well, bro.
Zach, every time he's through the window, he's always looking at him through the window.
Bro, all
I can't
you hear,
come out.
my guy.
He won't ask me to drink.
You know what I hear? I'm chilling in my room. I just hear.
The hammer.
I think, what's going on, bro? I look over the terrace here, and I see Klaus with 3 other guys just punching up a tree. And none of them wearing shirts, by the way.
Hey, bro, Klaus, let's just because we were kind of backbiting Zach a little bit before the podcast, right? Tell me your reaction when you first saw Zach after the pandemic, bro. After the pandemic. Tell me what you.
All right. And externally, I said, "Yo, my brother, what's up?"
Then he had to
internally,
reach around.
I was like, "What the hell happened here?" I was like, "My God!" I was like, "Should I say something? Should I address the elephant in the room?" No pun intended. But I was like, "Oh my word!" You know what I mean?
Bro, he's been trying to me to get.
But I keep dropping hints though. I'm like, bro, training, come down.
He called me a fat guy. He called me a fat git the other day. I was like, you can't call me fat no more, bro.
But you know how many times? Okay, come to my house, fam. 4th floor,
bro. But that's the reason. You know what makes me laugh? He could literally come down in his slippers. He doesn't even have to go outside the building.
But you know, can I say something, Klaus? You know, Zach. Yeah. Zach is he likes comfort, blood.
Yeah. Most people do.
Nah, on another level, bro.
But I'm an old man, bro.
Just the other day, bro, I'm telling you.
No, I'm an old man inside.
Oh.
He don't like people, bro. Like everyone that's listening to this, if you know Zach, he doesn't like you. He doesn't want to, if he doesn't pick up the phone, he just doesn't want to talk to anyone, bro.
He's seen you calling. He just don't want to
he don't want to But my dad the other day goes, I keep calling, he's not picking up the phone. What am I going to tell you, bro? I don't know. He don't want to chat to you, bro. What can I say, bro? Do you see what I'm saying? Bro, like he sent us a picture in the group text. in a WhatsApp group, bro. With him in a bar, like a jacuzzi, bro. I go, what? Do you remember, bro?
I felt like Scarface. What can I say,
He
bro?
was just in a jacuzzi like this.
Where'd you find the jacuzzi?
Somewhere in Wales, somewhere. Bro.
So this is the thing. You go out in the wilderness, bro. Yeah.
I go
Trying to find
glamping.
yourself, yeah. And you know, Zach's there, like, do you know what I'm saying?
Glamping,
And
bro.
he said to me, the most middle class thing ever, bro. Yeah. He goes to me. He comes back because he was in Wales. The guy drives an electric car. Lives in Old Street. Yeah. So does that make sense, bro?
But on paper, it's not looking good,
It's not
bro.
looking good,
It's
bro,
not
yeah?
looking good on paper.
I snaked the hood, bro.
He slicked the hood
Bro.
one time. And then he goes to me. I go, bro. I'm phoning him the whole. I think, you know what? Yeah, like allow him in it. The guy wants a break. Break from me. Break from work. Khalas, leave him in it. So like, I didn't know he was coming back on Monday. Like he was driving back on Monday. Yeah. So I'm calling him on Monday. He's not picking up his phone. So I'm getting a bit wound up, bro. I'm like, why are you not picking up your phone? Yeah. So I thought maybe he's just tired from the journey, innit?
Yeah.
So I called him in the evening, like the next day, Tuesday morning. I go, bro, what's going on? He goes to me, bro, you know what, man? It's a madness, bro. Bro, I had to charge my car. And I was like, I go, who are you, bro?
God, man. That's your madness, bro.
I couldn't
But it
charge
was
my
long.
car.
It's supposed to be like a 4-hour journey, bro.
Yeah.
I got to charge my car every flipping how long? But I won't
200
change
miles.
it. I won't change
What?
it.
How often do you have to charge your car for a 4-hour journey?
About twice.
Serious?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you got to stop anyway, though.
How long does
Klaus.
it last? How long
It gives me
does
200
take?
miles, innit?
How long does it take?
Oh,
to
about
charge?
an hour? Less than that.
So you tell me you're on a journey.
Yeah, you stop.
You got to stop somewhere, charge it
Yeah,
for
but
an
that's
hour.
if you're going
and you
far,
just
bro.
gotta-
Not an hour, bro.
Like
man.
if you go into a services or whatnot, you go toilet break, you plug it in, go toilet break, have a coffee, and then boom, go back on your journey, bro.
Oh, so that's not an hour.
It's
though,
not an
is
hour,
it?
bro.
No,
By the
like,
way,
for
he's
half an hour.
bad with time as well. You know what he says to you? I'll be there in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
He's coming tomorrow, bro. It's one of
But
those ones.
That's not even African.
Yeah, it's
That's like some
what
other
time he's on, bro. Yeah. So, like, he's the opposite of you. He's like the antithesis.
Yeah.
Is that the word?
Yes.
I'm
Probably.
pretty sure it's the
Yeah.
word.
But when I go yard,
Yeah.
I got to have my pajamas on,
Yeah.
my socks tucked in,
And he can't handle cold.
and my slippers. Bruv, I
I've
can't.
seen him.
He can't
I've
handle.
seen him where it's literally sunny out and he's wrapped up. Looks like he's going on an expedition.
bro. When I caught him, yeah, I came outside my house.
Tell him about what Vice News like.
Bro, I thought watchdogs were after me or something, bro. I thought I was gonna be on Crime Watch, bro.
Like it's him. It's him.
Bro, I come out the house and I'm taking the little one to school, and this guy's like, "Yeah, get him." I'm like, "Hey, what's going on here?" I just see bare
Klaus is
cameras,
snitching, bro. What's going on?
bro.
It's him. It's him.
And he's doing some press ups on some wood. I don't know what you're doing, but that
Oh,
little snake
the
thing,
Hindu push-ups.
The push-ups, yeah.
bro. And then the guy comes up to me he's like, "Yeah, do you want to say some words for Klaus and whatnot?" I was like, "Bro, I got crust in my eyes. I just woke up. I just woke up,
For Klaus, that's lunchtime, man.
bro. It was nuts, man. It was nuts."
But yeah, so I can't remember what I was, so I had to rinse him a little bit, bro.
Yeah.
But, so yeah, talk about what were we talking about, bro? Oh yeah. So with the crucifixion, you were in a hospital. I remember coming seeing you in that state, and I was actually taking it. But I remember leaving the hospital. And I was saying to Emir, I was like, "What's the prognosis, bro?" He goes, "Bro, it's a long road, bro. It's a long road back, innit? Do you get me?" He goes, "But he's tough mentally, innit? So that's what mentally is the first place, innit?
Yeah.
Because you start to crumble. Like imagine you didn't have that mental strength. You'd be at home feeling sorry for yourself, bro. The amount of I've just with my rehab, the amount of strength, mental strength that I have just to go to, and sometimes I'm not gonna lie, I punk out, bro. Because when your arm doesn't work or your leg or whatever it is doesn't work properly, you're willing it to do and it's not doing it. It's that mental strength to kind of like, I just want to go home, bro.
I mean, for me, like it was, like initially it was almost like I couldn't because it was so bad. Like my initial motivation was so basic that I had to. There was no way. Like I was like, I can't keep letting people wipe my ass.
Yeah.
I was like, at the very least.
Seriously, they were wiping your ass, bro.
I couldn't, bro. I couldn't move my hand.
What
I
about the other
couldn't.
one?
Huh?
You had two hands, bro.
Yeah, but they're both at the time. Remember how they were, bro? I was like, so it's like
That's deep, bro.
I had nurses washing me, which. I mean, it's not as good as it sounds, like, it's really not. Especially they're like pretty girls as well. And I was like, and I'm here like looking all like I'd been eating a lot, so like I was all fat.
Also, Klaus is like, you know what that story, man?
I was like, so
did you ever? This is when I was injured as well, and this my wife would do it for me, bro. It wasn't as bad as for you, but I'd have to ask her to take me to the toilet because I couldn't walk. Yeah, and I would hold it, bro, sometimes because like. When you drink, you don't realize how many times you go to the toilet until you can't go. Does that make sense? Because
I in the beginning I had the catheter in place.
Did they put the thing up the thing?
Yeah. So it was like, so I never felt like.
You don't have to be, bro.
So how does that feel, bro?
To be honest, bro, they put it when I was out, wasn't it? And then it was in there.
No, but then.
But when they took it out. I remember that.
It's nasty. It's nasty.
Horrible. But so long, man.
Bro, the first time they did it for me, the catheter.
You had a catheter as well?
Yeah. The first time when I stayed there. I don't know, there was complications or whatnot. I don't know, bro.
Complication?
Yeah, I couldn't walk at all. I had both legs in it.
Oh.
And then the second time I had an operation, they didn't give me a catheter.
Yeah. Oh.
So they made me do it in some jug. Yeah, and I couldn't walk.
Yeah.
And then I poured it all over myself, bro. And then I go to the nurse. Yo, nurse, it's apple juice. I got apple juice all over me.
But with me, like, I remember when it first happened, and I remember like my mum was there, and they were waiting in the waiting room, and they were literally, the doctor come, and that literally when it just happened, and the doctor was like, look, we're gonna operate in a couple of hours. He goes, I've got to tell you the potential risks. He goes, they're not very likely, but you could end up completely paralyzed. He goes, I have to tell you that. He goes, I don't think it will happen, but it is a risk. So he's telling me all of this.
Thing? They make you sign the disclaimer or whatever.
Yeah, but in the end, and then he went, and then I remember I needed, and I was like, but there's no catheter in place yet. And it was like I obviously moving.
So you were in the thing,
yeah. Because I wasn't just had that. I also, they didn't know the extent of the damage. So I was on a board as well, on a spinal board. And so like the guy was like, look, and it was a dude, and it was like, goes, bro, you can't go toilet. He goes, you can't get up. You're on a board. I was like, yeah, but I need to go. He goes, and he brought this jug. I was like. And as soon as he brought it, I was like, no, because I know I can't hold it. You know what I mean?
No,
I was like,
it's gonna overflow,
bro. I was like, no. And he looked at me, started laughing.
Did you have gloves on though?
Yeah, but I don't mean anything. And then he's looking at me, he's laughing. And I was like, no, please, can you get someone else? Can you get that nurse? And
at least don't give me eye contact. Look away.
So at the end he was like, look. Listen, I promise I'll be quick, do it quick. I won't look at you, And he goes, well, pretend it never happened. I was like, oh, and I was dying. So I was like, I go, but literally, then from there, that was the beginning of loss of dignity in so many areas. And that's one thing I had to get used to. Because I myself when I was in the hospital, I remember I started like an idiot. When I started venturing out of the hospital, they allowed me out with a visitor. And I don't know why I wanted to wear jeans. So I put button jeans, bro. So stupid. Looking back now, I'm like, what are you thinking? I mean, they're hard work at the best of times.
Exactly.
So I went out.
It's like your thumb start to,
So I remember I went out with a friend and we had a couple of drinks and then we coming back. And I was like, I remember on my way back, I was thinking, ooh, it's going to be close. It's going to be really close. And he left me. So I was like walking, speeding up. And I'm literally running up the stairs now. And I get to the toilet. I'm like, and it's bad when your knees are going everywhere. You're shuffling, dancing. I'm jumping on the spot. And I was like,
the thing is,
God. Then I get to the toilet and I'm like, okay, I can make it. And the first button took so long. And then I got past the first button. The second one was quick.
Don't you just rip them apart?
Yeah, but I tried my hands, bro. Like, you don't understand. I didn't have what I have now. My hands are like this, literally. So I'm moving, but I don't have the dexterity in my fingers. And then literally, I was like, oh, come on. And then, and it's game over. It's just, and then you're basically,
It's like 2 seconds of relief and then regret.
Yeah, but you're still going. That's the thing. You're like, how long? Literally, and I'm there.
So it's all over the floor and everything.
All over me.
Jeans soak it up.
In my shoes, like everywhere.
But let me tell you a story quickly.
I had to get
Can I just ask you a question?
One second.
Did you chuck the jeans away? Huh? Did you chuck the jeans away?
No. Basically, my mum was like, she took him to wash. I was like,
bless
Mum,
your
just
mum,
throw
bro.
them.
Bless your
But
mum,
she was
man.
an angel looking
Your
after
mum
me.
was
man.
like, yeah, I'm
Like she was putting cream on my feet, you know, like.
Bless her, bro. I hope you look after her, bro. Man.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Every time I see him, where you going? I'm
Your
going to
dad's
my
a G
mum's.
as well. Your dad, nothing phased him, bro. I remember I was chatting to him at the hospital.
Yeah.
He's like, he'll be fine.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying, bro?
No,
Tough guy, bro.
Yeah, that's so. You see, I mean, it's been a hell of a journey, you know. But I mean, I remember now, even like Amir coming down, everyone at Legion.
Yeah.
You know, so as much as it was like, you know, obviously I'm on my own my own head.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I had amazing support while I was in there, you know, and that's what I mean.
It does help, man.
You need it. You need it because, you know, even the strongest amongst us, you know, you're not strong all the time. You know, you're gonna have moments of
weakness,
of doubt, of weakness. You know, when you think, crap. You know, I remember it was summer when it happened, and it was approaching the summer. I would look out the window, and you know, you see everyone going out, and I'm like, okay, this is getting boring now. You know, it was after in the beginning, everyone's coming, and then towards the end, like. People go back to their life. Now all of a sudden you're here. And I'm like, crap, people aren't coming anymore. And now it's just me. And I go to the park, you know, and I'm looking at people live their life. And I'm like, crap. I was like, this is going to be for a while, man. And then I'm like, and then luckily when I came out of hospital, my sister and my niece and nephew were here. So like I would go training, you know, do my basic physio exercises. And they were in the park with me. They would play and they would do the exercises with me. And then by the time they left, I went to Scotland. So it's like everything, you know, keeping my days busy with stuff to do. So that was,
Last injury story, because this one was almost worse than the. Tell us about the. Tell us about this one, bro, please.
It's not my proudest story. Doesn't have quite the sound of the crucifixion. Basically, I got that from it. So a little scar there. So basically, I was.
So how often do you get injured, bro? Like yearly?
To be honest,
is it
right
yearly
now,
thing?
you know, I realized this one. You know when it happened, the neck one happened on the 24th of. I was operated on the 24th of April, 2019.
Yeah.
This one, literally, I was getting operated on the 22nd of April, 2021. I was like,
your body is like, you know what? I haven't had an injury for a while.
Let's make something happen.
Yeah, something's got to happen, bro.
Yeah. So basically, it's unfortunately. I mean, prior to this one, it was. Well, actually, I say nothing, but then recently, the other day, I came out of hospital with the nose. So probably.
So every year you're kind of you've got your.
Recently, recently. But no, basically, I was at home, and I was training. And to be honest, at the time, my friend had just got a puppy. Yeah. Belgian Malinois.
Bro, bring up Klaus's Insta, please, bro. Yeah. Just so to give people an idea of what his flat looks like. And the stuff that he does, at least. Yeah, go carry on.
So my friend had just got a puppy, a Belgian Malinois. And she was like, while I was training, just coming to the end of the session, and my friend was like, look, do you want to come and play with her? I was like, yeah, I'm there. Give me 2 seconds. I'm just finishing off. So like an idiot, I was trying to rush, and I had this carabiner, and through the carabiner, which is like, you know, how do you describe a carabiner? Like a metal hook.
It's basically like a clip.
Yeah, a metal clip that you put on cables and stuff. But basically, I put a band through it, and rather than attaching it to a secure anchor, I attached it with all my wisdom to my window handle. Yeah, which it was upside down. So and I proceeded to walk back as far as I could, which is literally to the opposite side of the room, and I started pulling the band this way. So every time I was pulling, the band was lifting up from the window. The clip, the carabiner was lifting up from the handle, and I think it was on my third rep, and it just literally pulled off, and the band acted like basically an anchor, a slingshot, exactly. And literally this metal carabiner, which is about that big, I mean quite heavy as well, chunky, and literally just caught me right there. I mean, as soon as it happened, I didn't drop. You know, like a friend asked me, were you knocked unconscious? But it was so quick.
Yeah, you were.
It was so quick. It was impossible to. I didn't even register that I got hit. I literally thought somebody had turned off the light. and then put it on again, even though it was daytime. You know? But like I was so confused.
It's funny, but you had surgery, bro.
Yeah, like bro, as soon as it happened, like there was blood squirting out. Like I'm not saying it's
You got
flowing,
footage of it, bro.
not the blood, because I was like,
No, but you got the footage of it hitting your face and stuff.
No, I didn't
Okay.
record it. I wish I did.
I mean, that would have got bare hits on
Yeah.
YouTube. I'll tell you that
Yeah.
now, bro.
Yeah, probably on the what's that thing?
Fail Army or
No, yeah, gym fails. Yeah, yeah. You know, apparently I was on one.
No way.
Oh, yeah, years ago.
Is
you know
it?
what? But to be honest, what pissed me off is that I thought it was actually a genuine exercise
Right.
that I got from. Do you remember Lucian?
Cobra Neck. Yeah, Cobra Neck. Yeah.
So
yeah.
me and Lucian, when we used to train together.
Where is Lucian, bro?
I haven't seen him in ages. Yeah. But,
Biggest neck I've ever seen in
yeah.
my life, bro.
But when we used to train, we used to go and you know the Hamco machine
Yeah.
in the gym.
Yeah.
But the straight leg one.
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
the
yeah.
not the one where you sit.
Yeah.
And he'll sit so that he'll put his head beneath the thing. And then in that position he'll use it for neck curls. So like, and it works, you know. So I started doing it.
He was Greco,
And
innit?
someone-
He used to
yeah.
do Greco, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we used to do Greco. So we train Greco and then we'll do that. And he recorded
So is
me.
that window there, the culprit?
Yeah, basically. And imagine I went to the that's the window, and I was where the bookshelf is.
Wow.
Bruv, look at the distance.
Do you live by yourself, bro?
Yeah.
Did you do all that writing? Yeah.
Yeah.
What's on the wall, bro?
Basically, when I say writing,
Yeah.
it's because, you know, like I was in that depression,
Yeah.
and my head felt like it was like that wall, you know, with just all
Right.
these negative things. So I was like, I can't go in here and see that. So I was like, I need to write. And so I wrote as much
Oh.
positive things as I could onto the walls so that I could see that at least.
Do you ever drop the weights, bro? Because that
Nah,
would.
I'm very
you got to be
careful.
careful,
I'm
man.
very careful because of my neighbors.
So that's your sitting room
Yeah, if you call it that.
Do you have another room?
Sitting. I've got a bedroom, a kitchen,
and a kitchen, yeah?
and obviously the bathroom.
Is your bedroom like that as well?
No, but it's very basic. It's got a bed, wardrobe, and a chest of drawers. That's it.
And what's that barrel there on the left or right hand side, bro? Left-
Keg for lifting,
Hmm.
for like strongman exercises and stuff.
And how long did it take? What's those? Is that a javelin, bro? In the back?
No, you know what it is? I use them for, you know, like you dig them into the ground and then work on
Oh,
the
it's like
agility
football-
in
the
and
football
out.
stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I tried to use it as a javelin, but the weight distribution is not great.
Bro, them jeans. Is it those jeans that
Oh my.
They're like stretchy.
stretchy jeans?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just bought a pair the other day, bro.
Yeah.
A few months ago. They're revolutionary, bro.
The
Yeah.
pregnancy jeans.
Not the pregnancy jeans. That's mad, bro. That
This is all before. Is it? Yeah, it's all before.
Yeah,
you're
this
looking
is-
thick
yeah.
there, mashallah, bro.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what's the thought behind this, bro?
It's basically. Just
Where'd you get all
push
these
pull,
moves from, bro?
Just experimenting.
Oh, so
know?
you come up
Yeah.
with a lot, or like
Also,
inspiration.
what I used to do, I used to look at, you know, like you look at back in the day, it was mainly wrestling. You know, I would look at wrestling,
Yeah.
like the way they move and stuff, and then just try and, you know, like replicate it within a training exercise.
A bit good, you know. What I'd love,
Yeah.
bro, is to have we should have an online course, bro.
Yeah.
I've set like a level 1, level 2, level
Yeah.
3, level 4.
It's just because until
Put them
I
together.
don't feel like I can move correctly to even demonstrate.
Even
it,
just
you know?
write it down, bro.
Yeah.
Write it down. Get all
Yeah.
the levels,
Mm.
because with my leg, yeah, like I realized that a lot of the exercise that I do for, you know, physio stuff, it's never the traditional stuff that you do at the gym.
Mm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, but it helps. You don't realize how much it helps until you get injured.
Yeah.
Because when you're healthy and you do those, you don't really see the difference.
Mm.
But when you're injured and you do those, like, you know, those compound
Yeah.
movements,
Yeah.
you feel it almost immediately
Yeah.
afterwards that you can. Oh, you know what? I can actually walk up the stairs a bit
Yeah,
better this time.
exactly.
And do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about now. Let's round it off now.
Mm.
The sagas, bro.
Mm.
So you've done the crucifixion, which is the first one.
So that's the crucifix. That's actually that's the Death March saga.
Sorry, the Death March. Yeah.
Yeah, that's 3 of them.
There's 3
all
of them.
done, completed.
All
3
done.
attempts.
Oh,
3
right,
attempts completed.
So So the death march, one of them was the crucifixion.
Yeah, that was the
What was
last
the
attempt.
what was the other one though?
The first one was a 40-kilo sandbag.
Oh, okay. So
Then
no,
the
I'm not
second
talking about
160.
those.
Yeah.
What about the other one? You said you walked to Dartmouth Walls.
Yeah, that's part. Basically,
What is that one?
That's the Suffer Saga, which
So-
is the sixth saga.
The
So
sixth one.
Yeah.
So you've done all 7, yeah?
No. I move through them, like how and when I can.
Right.
'Cause
So it doesn't
some,
have to
for
be done in
example-
order, basically.
No,
Oh.
Because, for example, the boxing one, the 100 rounds, that's actually the 7th. But if I were to do it in order, I might be an old man
Right.
attempting to fight 100
So it's like
rounds.
Boy Scouts, but real, like another, like.
Yeah,
So I
I
don't
mean,
mean to.
Yeah.
But
No.
but more hard, like more
Yeah.
hard bodied than Boy Scout. But you know, you
Yeah.
get your badges, bro. So you don't
Yeah.
have to do them all out. Like
Yeah.
you can do them at
Yeah,
any time you
exactly.
want. Okay, right.
But it's
Interesting.
the whole point of them is to make him almost like impossible, next to impossible to actually to complete.
So how do you
because,
figure that out?
what I did when I made them up is initially I started. I looked at them as they need to. What is the purpose of them? The purpose of them is to make me get out from this weakness that I find myself
Right.
into. So I analyzed what I perceived my weaknesses were, and then out of each weakness, I made a saga. So for example, some sagas are physical, where it might be physical weakness that I need to overcome. Some, for example, was my fear of being alone. So it's like, okay, you think you're alone, which, to be honest, arguably, if you live in the city, I don't really think you can be alone. But you're afraid of being alone. All right, go into the middle of the wilderness in Scotland in winter by yourself, and let's see why. What you're so afraid of. So I did that. And then you've got fear of like a commitment to like things, like not just people or relationships, but even from when I was a kid, like I start something and I never see it through. I'll do it for a bit, and then I'll leave it, and then I'll do this, and I was like, just stick at something. So I basically, the concept was with the rowing, which was the raid. I calculated the distance from London to Greenland, which is like over 5 million meters. And I was like, all right, every day I'm going to go on the rowing machine and I'm going to row until I get to Greenland, until I row 5 million meters. And so we did it with, actually, there was a group of us. And to show you how fear of commitment or unable to commit affects so many people, it started with a group of like 19 people, and it finished with 4, because it took a year and a half.
Mad. So how
a year and a half of
how does it work? So you
basically,
got 5 millimeters. You divide it over 19 people.
Yeah, no. So basically, you do.
Everyone does
set
like
up
5 millimeters.
No,
Okay.
5 millimeters. But basically, what you do, we set up a group, like a WhatsApp group, and I was in charge. Everybody put in the distances that they covered that day, and I subtracted from the overall meters. Right. So some people, I don't.
So it's almost
ask,
like being in a boat.
Yes, exactly.
And everyone rowing.
Yeah. So for example,
That's such
some
a good
stronger
concept.
people were rowing more, and some, less. But I said, I don't mind as long as you give it all. It's fine. I don't need you to, to try and get 20,000 meters or whatever is the most you can do. So for example, we did like, the first day we started, it was like 30,000 meters, and then each one rowing. And then some people were in America, some people were in Ireland, some people in London, so all over the place. And by the end, like I said, it was 5 people, 4 of us here, 1 in America. And so we decided, you know what? We had 500,000 meters left. We're like, let's just do it all in one go. And we're going to raise money for charity, for a children's charity. So we found a gym in Oxford that hosted us. And basically what we did, we went there, they set up rowing machines and buckets for donations and posters and what. And we stepped on the rowing machine at 9 a.m. and didn't leave until 9 p.m. and basically rowed 100,000 meters each. And the guy in America did it as well. And so we finished, and we raised, I think it's about $2,000 for charity. But that was the raid, and obviously that was the first attempt. So the next attempt is from I wrote it down somewhere, but from a place in Russia, from Greenland. So we're going to go to the other side of the globe, and I'll calculate a distance of probably 5 million or more meters. And then whether it's one person that joins, or it's just me, or if it's a group of people, you know, you start it and every day pursuing that saga.
Consistency.
Yeah. But this is why, like, I can't. So at the moment, some sagas require so much that you can't do that saga and then jump on this one.
Yeah,
So, for example, the boxing is so, you know, like, but learning a martial art requires respect for it, you know, and consistency, you know, and
so talk a little bit about the boxing one, because
so the boxing is to box 100 rounds, consecutive rounds. Now, to put it in perspective, the record is 111 last time I checked. That was done in the early 19th century by like 2 Irish boxers or something, and they were literally pummeling each other, and there was no time. Like, they just, at the end, they couldn't even come out of their corners. They'd be going for hours, you know. But I'm going for 100 rounds, and the idea obviously is that I never boxed before, so I can't go from never boxing to all of a sudden I'm going to box 100 rounds. That would be, it'd be disrespectful on my part towards a martial art. So first thing I have to do, I have to become a boxer. Now, to become a boxer, obviously I train, but the only way I can really to know if I'm a boxer is I have to get a few fights. So I'm going to try and line up some white collar fights. I mean, I'm basically hoping for next year, the early part of next year. So try and get as many as I can in 1 year. Then same thing on the second year. And then the third year, see where I am. If possible, do it then. If I need more time, I'll do one more. But 3 years is the limit. And then I'm going to attempt 100 rounds. And with that, that will complete my my boxing career in terms of, you know, of fighting and stuff. And I will start concentrating back on the other sagas. So you can see how all these sagas will take life. Yeah, because there's no way. I mean, that we're talking the boxing one alone will take at least 3 years out of my life.
But don't you need another person to do the rounds with you, bro?
Well, yeah, I will have to find at least minimum 10 opponents, ideally more, so at least they can switch between them. But I mean, the idea is not unheard of. You know, like, I think I forgot which martial art, but they have the kumite. Okay. You know, the kumite where. So I forgot which one it is. Might be maybe Kyokushin karate.
Kyokushin.
Yeah, maybe that. But they have the kumite where they fight like that. So yeah, but I'll have to find different opponents for it.
Wicked,
cool,
man.
And on that note, Klaus, I could go on for another hour, bro. Yeah. I'm gonna put you through your paces, bro.
Oh my word, memories.
Do you remember this, bro?
I love that they've kept it like this. Man.
Yeah, bro. This is an emulator, isn't it?
Where'd you get? You have to
I got it from Argos, bro.
Serious?
You know my first Nintendo. You know where I got it from?
Where?
Holloway Argos, bro. All right, let's go. Who's your guy?
I don't know. I'm trying to remember. Like the only move I can remember is oh my god, man! I don't remember any of the moves. I used to like Vega, but I can't remember. Yeah. I like the fact that he
jumps around
the fence.
Yeah. He's like a cage fighter, isn't it, bro? First ever.
Okay, let's keep it traditional. Oh, I can't remember.
Put all your thing up.
Are you right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, let's go to where you stand. But you know you're gonna get wrecked, yeah.
Oh, that's it.
Okay.
Oh, it's all coming back.
Oh, Klaus. Is that you?
Get him.
That sliding thing, man. You're one of them ones, isn't it? You're one of them ones.
He's a cheater, isn't it? I told you he's a cheater, bro.
Dead, bro. Dead tactics, right?
Bro, you were coming in hard, though.
I thought you were a skilled man.
Alright, let me just finish you off.
Oi.
Oh my god! Klaus is not.
Klaus
I put your arms hurting as well. I put that. There's no spine injury here, bro. What's going on?
Klaus is not talking.
Yeah. All right, this is it. Last one.
This is it, bro. This is your final saga, bro.
Oh, it's bringing out that.
No, I'm not. I'm gonna finish up properly, bro. Thanks, Klaus, man. No, bro. Respect, bro.
Yes. Bro, I need to get this game, man. So how many games you get
I'll
with
send
it?
you a link. You get I think 20 or something like that.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
What other games does it go?
I'll show you after we're cutting it. So guys, thank you very much for tuning in. I remain undefeated. So if you guys out there wanna challenge me,
Yeah.
like bring it, bro. I mean, if you guys want to watch any of the sagas that Klaus has got on, I'll put we'll put the links in the description. If you're listening, please, guys, if you're listening to this or watching this, please, if you like, please, nah, not please, bro.
Nah. Well, it
Watch.
depends. What are you gonna say?
I was gonna say like and subscribe. I feel like I'm begging, isn't it, bro?
Yeah, don't beg.
Don't beg.
Just-
Don't beg. Don't beg, blood. I'm man's begging, bro.
Before we send Klaus to
Yeah.
beg
Exactly,
Pressy,
bro.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, like and subscribe, share, comment. It really does help us build this podcast, and we'll see you on the next one. Thank you very much.